Hey, dummy.
Nah, my fault. It's not my fault.
Okay. How many times did I have to tell you? How many times?
Okay, this time is different. Look,
not to play while you're driving.
I'm at rank 4 in the wild ladder, and I've got a sweet Murloc deck.
Okay, I don't know what any of that means, and you're mostly dead.
Look, I am the victim in this scenario.
Right. Give me your phone.
No, I can't move. I can't move my body except for
crotch.
okay.
Right,
Well, there it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the game out.
Are
now.
you calling the cops? You're calling the cops.
I'm
aren't
calling
you?
911.
Don't call the cops. Don't call the cops.
I'm not calling the
Don't
cops. I'm
distracted
calling...
driving is an emerging legal landscape.
Shut up! I'm trying to save your life. Jeez, God. Yeah, no, he's no, he crashed into a tree again. He's all messed up. The Jeep's good though.
He had a Mechathune. I was about to lose anyway.
He's talking about a Mechathune? Is it?
It's fine.
Oh, irrelevant. Be quiet, please. Okay. All right, they're on their way. How do you play this?
Day 5. Motor Vehicle Collisions.
All right, we're here with Jenna and Daniel, our emergency medical technicians.
I'm the body that may or may not be conscious. I'm Schrodinger's trauma victim.
So we are the first responders to a gnarly car accident. What do we do first?
So to set the scene, imagining that we're the first people to roll up, we just witnessed this happen. The first thing you want to consider is your own safety. You are no good to someone in the vehicle if you are injured yourself.
What if the car is still flipping around like burnout? I want to make sure that it doesn't crash into me or
Absolutely.
something like
So
that.
make sure any vehicles have come to a complete stop and that there's no like visible fire or flames.
Well, hold on. So if there's a fire, you make the conscious decision of like, oof, sucks to be that person in that burning car.
Pretty much.
And sometimes you have to. You definitely got to wait for the professionals.
How do you decide at what point you run up and try to help?
I mean, that's kind of a personal decision. There's some definite don't even try. Like if the vehicle is fully engulfed, I wouldn't even go there.
Oh, there are probably some protocols also, depending on the city or county that you're working for, where they say, no, never, ever approach when there's like a down power line.
Correct. And
don't even get out of the ambulance.
Down power line's a big one. We would wait in the ambulance and use the megaphone on the truck to say, hey, please do not exit the vehicle if you're the victim, because that's insulated right now.
So that's a real thing. Being on rubber tires, like something can be supercharged, water or whatever, and the moment you plant a foot, all of a sudden you complete the current.
Correct. Yeah, we'd have to sit there and wait for the power crews to come out and cut the power before we can even get in there and help you out.
So you get up there and you determine exactly how safe everything is.
Exactly.
Okay, we've determined that it's safe for us to move in and help this dummy behind the wheel. What do we do next?
Okay, so you're gonna want to go up to your victim, and your first thing you're gonna want to do is check to see if they're even awake. Sometimes they hit their head, they're not out. So you're gonna want to, hey sir, you all right?
Okay, so let's assume I'm totally out, right? I'm just like totally non-responsive. What's the action at that point?
Honestly, you're pretty much done right there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do. I'm not gonna want to move you because I'm not sure how your spine is. If the vehicle's not about to explode or something, there's no reason for me to move you.
If he's unconscious, we just leave him alone.
Right.
Correct. Just call 911 and just wait for the professionals to
Because
show up.
I guess in the branching tree video game of all of this, there are more dangerous outcomes if you try to move an unconscious person. Because like I could be unconscious and maybe I've got like 12 fractures in my spine. The mere act of removing me will do more damage.
Suddenly
if I'm
your
not in
spinal
immediate
cord
harm.
has been severed because somebody decided they needed to drag you out of the
Okay,
chair
so
or
step
something.
one,
Correct.
immediate danger. We're talking power lines and fire.
Right.
Step two, if they're not conscious, you just leave them there unless
Unless you can see something like a massive hemorrhage, if they've got an arterial bleed spurting out, hey, I could probably tourniquet that real quick before the professionals show up without moving it.
there's constantly that clock ticking, and
Right.
every second counts during this.
Yeah.
So for the tourniqueting, would you move the body out, or would you just lean in and do it?
I would attempt to lean in and tourniquet in place.
Okay, so
is
you
what I would
apply
do.
pressure, all of the other standard
Absolutely.
stopping the bleeding protocols, nothing is different. You don't have to pull him out of the car and do it on the road or anything
That
like that.
depends. Is the bleed in a place like on his leg way down there where I'm not gonna be able to get into it?
Or the other arm.
Or the other side of the vehicle. If
Okay.
I'm not able to get to that bleed, stopping
Okay.
the bleed is far more important than worrying about a spinal injury.
Right.
Okay, so that is a really good thing to know, where it's like, if he's bleeding this much, I have to take care of this. You've got to weigh everything.
Again, we go back to
Better
that phrase, better
paralyzed
than
than
being
dead.
dead.
Better than being dead.
Okay,
but,
so-
but time is like the biggest enemy here. You have to make
Absolutely.
these decisions really, really quickly.
So alternate timeline, let's say I am conscious, right? So you come up and you shake me and I'm just like, oh, what's up?
It helps to ask them questions like, do you know what who the president is? Do you know what year it is? To make sure they know who they are, where they are.
Talk about a bad day. It's first you get in a car wreck, and then the first thing you wake up, you're taking the SATs. It's just like, I don't know.
Okay. A southbound train leaves Chicago at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
It's traveling at 65 miles per
No.
hour.
It sounds like there is value to establishing that they are alert and present
Yes.
and able to self-assess the rest of their body,
Yes.
right?
Then you would ask if they have any neck or spinal pain.
Let's say I was like, I'm awake and alert, and I'm like, oh, let me get out. And I go, ow, my leg is very in pain. I didn't realize how much pain it's in.
So you would be like, okay, then stay in the car.
Oh, okay.
Because
I'm gonna finish this sweet arena run.
That's an indication that
Right.
there might be something more going on
Right.
that you can't
and
see
you
or
don't
discern.
you don't want to exacerbate any current injuries. So when EMS shows up on scene and fire shows up on scene, they'll have the tools to correctly take them out of the vehicle to extricate them.
Safety first, safety first.
Yep.
Let's re-inject some safety into this whole thing.
Yes.
Make sure that you're safe. It's kind of like when you're in a plane, you have to affix the mask to your face
Yes.
before
And
you
then
help
the child.
everyone
Very
else.
much so.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to make sure you take care of yourself first, get everything
Right.
safe, and then you're like, okay, there's clearly something wrong, but let's make sure to make anything we can safer
Yes.
for the moment, and just
Yes.
doing damage control rather than actually fixing things right away.
And let's say I'm in pain all over and I don't really have
Yeah.
a sense of what's wrong, but I appear to be alert, awake, dialed in. I'm talking about how everything hurts. And at this point, what? You open the door and say, come on out?
No, I would advise that you stay in the vehicle unless it's about to explode until EMS gets on scene so they can actually palpate your spine and hold C-spine to make sure that there was no
those sound
spinal
like science
injury.
words. I don't know what that means. What is
Okay.
palpate the
Palpate the
spine?
spine?
So palpate is just like touch, feel.
Okay.
Could have
The
said touch the spine.
spine.
Okay. Palpate the spine. I'm imagining like you take the spine and you stretch it out.
So basically, everything has to be small moves. Once you
Right.
properly assess everything and you determine that nobody is in immediate danger,
Right.
pretty much you want to flash freeze everything until the authorities arrive?
Essentially, and once, as if I were on the ambulance, when I show up, what I'm going to end up doing is, like she said, see if you have any broken bones in your neck or your spine.
Don't worry, he's only touching my
distracting
spine.
injuries?
Don't palpate
He's
him.
not palpating it.
And then
Get a room.
if you don't have any pain in your neck or spine, I'm just going to ask you to try to turn your head and then do this number. And if you don't feel any pain while doing that, I'm probably just going to have you exit the vehicle on your own.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's interesting. So I assume what you're testing for is that there could be a sever and maybe nothing works below the neck or maybe nothing works below the waist or whatever. Maybe I'm not feeling anything, but you don't know that until you see this business to know that everything's receiving signals.
Yeah, but even then, after I do all that, if you do have pain in your spine, I'm probably just going to put a collar on you, and then if you can walk and you're
still
not
get me
broken,
out.
I can still have you walk with that collar on.
Okay, so at this point you come up, you check out everything, you give me the okay to come on out. At this point, are we over the hump of the emergency?
When does the hurry, hurry, hurry stop?
The spinal is kind of the big hump to get over, and then once we can ensure that there's no pain in the neck, or we have addressed the pain in the neck, we can start saying, hey, do you have any pain anywhere else?
Right.
Do you think your leg might be broken? I mean, I can only see in, right?
And you've got to be really careful about that, because I can't even count the number of times how I've been injured one day and I don't really realize it until like 2 days later. It's like, oh no, I chipped a bone in my elbow or something.
I'd hate to sound so reductionist, but it's almost as though you're trying to figure out, your first job is to figure out which video game are you playing. Are we playing the video game of get a body out before the car explodes?
Yes.
Are we playing the video game of get somebody who's paralyzed out of the way? Or are we playing the video game of lacerations, cuts, or any of the stuff that we talked about previously in this week?
Or are we just running up to the car, pressing triangle and jacking it and yanking it out? The Jeep is mine.
The GTA game,
I gotta get out of here.
But we do have terms for that, you know. We do either we load and go, or we stay and play. Are we going to get you on that stretcher and get moving as fast as possible, or are we going to stay, address the injuries,
That's right.
And then go.
Load and go, stay and play. Those are video games.
Absolutely.
This is amazing.
Absolutely.
So we've determined that there's no danger at the scene. We've determined that Brian is alert and conscious. He doesn't have any immediate bleeding or any noticeable spinal pain or anything like that.
Also, I'm able to move my head up and down, left, right.
You're alert, aware, you know where you are, you know what your name is, you know who's president, etc.
Yep.
Now, what would we do if we were professionals at this point?
At this point, I assume you guys literally show up on the scene.
Right.
At which point? So what does that look like?
You've given us this information. You've already said he has no pain. I'm going to confirm that, of course, not to discount you. However, as a professional coming to a non-professional, I just want to make sure we're tracking and talking about the same thing. So I'm going to do a little bit of the same stuff.
I am in deep existential pain about the fact that we're all dying.
And I'm sitting here going,
we're
he's
all
fine.
built
It's fine.
to just.
If this were the case and we've cleared there's no pain in his neck, we can have him exit the vehicle if he's got no broken bones or anything like that. If he is complaining of like a broken bone or something and he can't physically walk, we have the backboard. We can kind of rotate him down and pull him out. We usually have a fire engine on scene, so we've got at least 4 guys.
This is the
to
load
help
and
us
go
out.
scenario.
Well, this is even just extrication.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily load and go versus stay and play. We're trying to get you out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's get you out of the
Everything
vehicle.
hurts.
So
Everything hurts.
we've got you on a stretcher, right? Do we
Okay. All
wanna do
right.
this?
So at this point, I'm on a stretcher.
We want to
right?
get you on a stretcher, and then there's a quick and dirty exam that we can do just to see, right?
Okay.
So I'll try to do it on you standing up here, but
I suppose
You
now's a
don't
good
have to
time
lay
for us
down
to
on
point
the
out
ground.
that this is pro level stuff
Yes.
Right.
only.
Yes,
This
this
is
is
not,
pros
we are
only.
no longer in the
Yeah.
territory
This is
of,
not
of the first person on the
uncertified
scene.
first response. These are the EMTs are
Yeah,
here.
got
the
it. Okay, so
professionals
as
are
a
here.
pro, you're doing what?
so I've got you laying on a stretcher.
Right.
So I'm going to start trying to see if you have any kind of depressed skull fracture.
Oh my God, is that a thing?
That is a thing.
Oh, jeez.
And then, I mean, we've already assessed that you're alert and oriented. You know who you are, where you are.
Right.
That's more unlikely. However, I always do want to double check that.
Sure, sure.
I'm going to check to make sure you're not have any broken bones in your face there.
Okay.
I'm going to go to your collarbones. I'm going to check your neck.
And so
make sure
at
there's
some
nothing
point,
there.
does somebody usually like scream like ah?
That depends.
It
If there's
depends,
an injury, yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
you just what? You note that you're like,
There's
okay,
never
possible
any
fracture
screaming.
over
Correct.
here, and then you just keep on going to assess all of the places.
You have
Correct.
to
You're
note
keeping
it
a
mentally.
mental
Yes.
map of everything.
Correct.
Okay.
So I check the collarbones, and then I want to check the ribs to make sure there's nothing broken there.
Got it.
Look for unequal rise. So if there's we call it a pneumothorax there.
This is for like internal bleeding,
Yeah.
like we
Correct.
talked about,
Yeah.
right?
This is actually
Pneumothorax?
a pneumothorax is if you break a rib and it punctures your lung,
Right.
Oof.
and there's air in there that deflates the lung. One lung is going to be effective, so your chest is only going to rise on one side.
The movie Three Kings, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
they had
yeah,
remember
had to puncture
and
the-
it was like, excuse me, I have to do this thing to breathe.
And we do have darts for that.
Yes.
On scene, we
Real
can
thing.
do that.
Can we do that to
Movies
Brian?
are real. No, that's great.
I'm also going to check the abdomen. I'm going to end up palpating the abdomen here, and that's
Usually
what I'm looking
4
for.
different.
Yeah, and I'm looking for those pulsating masses, internal bleeding, tenderness,
Conjoined twin.
anything like that, right?
Any pain on rebound?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna check the pelvis. Kind of, you push in and down, and sometimes people have that pelvis that just breaks. An open book pelvic
Yeah.
fracture.
And
Yeah.
so I assume, like at that point, it's already broken. You're
Right.
just
Right.
verifying.
You verify
Yeah.
that,
So
correct.
while it feels like you're breaking someone,
Right, it's
they were already
already
broken.
broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's got to be a weird sensation.
Absolutely. And then I am going
Check
to check
for-
the femurs to make sure those aren't broken either. And you can also check the legs and all that.
Nah, at this point, this is like bonus level.
Right,
It's
and
just
that's
like,
not-
hey, congratulations, you
not
also
necessarily-
still have
get feet.
toes.
Something there.
Yeah. Check
and
for
then there's-
PNS.
Yeah, you can check their, make
Pulse.
sure they have pulses on
Oh.
all the
Motor.
extremities.
Okay.
And
I was
if
like,
they can
are you
feel,
cranky
like,
right now?
sensory.
Do you need chocolate?
They changed the name of that for that reason. Now it's CMS.
So it sounds to me like everything about being first on the scene is assuming the worst, and every decision moment, every verification makes things safer and safer and safer to where now we're dealing with cuts and bruises and scrapes and
Absolutely.
fractures.
There's the primary things is that neck, then there's certain injuries that I want to address right now. If there's a puncture wound to your chest, that's creating a vacuum in that space. There's a hole now. I've got to plug that immediately.
Got it.
There are a couple of things that are just red flags that you got to jump on right
Absolutely.
away.
Major hemorrhage, bleeding out. I want to address those. And then I can get to, oh, your pelvis is broken. I've got a sling for that.
Yeah.
Oh, your leg is broken.
Yeah.
I can splint that real quick.
I don't like any of that.
You know, pelvic slings can be fun for some people.
Priapism
Oh, God.
Priapism.
can happen when there's trauma.
trauma-induced bone.
You can be scared stiff. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this has been fantastic. As always, you guys recommend if you want to learn more about what to do first on the scene or in any kind of emergency, reach out to your local fire department or EMT station. And if you want to follow you guys, call 911. But only if it's an emergency.
Only if it's an
No
emergency.
fan
Only
dials.
emergency.
No, thank
No
God.
fan dial. Is Daniel there?
Thank you guys so much.